Hello and welcome to my talk. My name is Anne and today I will tell you something about the results of our interview study on vulnerability notifications. Not all types of website-related attacks are easy to recognize. In some cases, website owners have to rely on others to inform them about the vulnerability. But what is a good way to inform website owners about a vulnerability on their website? In the literature, we found various experimental studies on vulnerability notifications, but the results were rather ambiguous. So instead of conducting another experimental study or online survey, we really wanted to talk to affected website owners in more detail and explore their attitudes towards vulnerability notifications. We compiled a list of 65 vulnerable domains, who we assumed had previously been informed about the attack by a third party. We contacted the website owners via email and phone, and in the end, 25 persons agreed to be interviewed. We used a semi-structured interview guideline for our interviews. We then analyzed the interviews with open coding. It was remarkable that distrust in vulnerability notifications was high, and nearly all interviewees recognized the initial notification as spam or expressed doubts about the authenticity of the message, no matter if it came via email or phone, from the police or a private company. But we could also detect that nearly all interviewees mentioned some approaches to verify the information or the sender of the notifications. As in previous studies, we could not identify a sender that was deemed trustworthy by all interviewees. None of the interviewees could name a suitable sender right off the top of their heads. If the interviewees named a specific sender, they had some relationship to the sender. For example, one interviewee who is working in the health sector named the Federal Ministry of Health as suitable. Furthermore, most interviewees named rather general requirements for future senders. For example, that the sender has to be trustworthy, or the sender has to be well known. So, to conclude, what are the most important factors we found are necessary for creating a vulnerability notification? We found providing verification possibilities is most important, providing contact information or a proper description of the problem so that the recipients can verify the notification seems to be even more important than a certain sender. The sender is an important factor, but if the notification process as a whole is not plausible for the recipients, the message itself is deemed suspicious. We therefore suggest to make the whole notification process plausible for the recipients, for example, by providing enough verification possibilities. And third, we suggest to provide incentives for remediation. It must be clear to the recipients that the problem is severe and needs their attention. This leads me to my last point. Raising awareness for the problem, not only among website owners, but also among external service providers, is important. We keep this in mind as a to-do for further research. And with this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and if you want to know more about our research, you can get in contact with me or read our paper.